The largest U.S. military leak in the decade deals a serious blow to Ukraine's war effort, posing an intelligence threat to that country's forces ahead of an expected counterattack this spring. Confidential documents leaked to social media offer extensive details about munitions, training and air defense systems at a critical point in the war. Dozens classified U.S. NATO documents, some of which were labeled top secret, began leaking in the darker parts of the internet in January and then took to Twitter Telegram last week to garner attention. They also provide insight into Kiev's shortcomings, with at least one document explaining how the country's arsenal for Soviet-era air defense missile systems may soon run out, and expose a potential vulnerability in Ukraine's air defense systems. Kurt Volker, a distinguished member of Center for European Policy Analysis, said leak was alarming because it gave world a snapshot of U.S. assessments and decisions regarding war in Ukraine. It signals Ukrainians, Russians, and others, here's what think, Volker said, that might give some clues to the quality of our information, where we got from, it will cause the people collect turn off. Perhaps the most alarming leak contains information about the Ukrainian air defense. A February document says S-300 missiles will run out by May, and the S-11 Gadfly missile system by end of March. Both systems make up 89% of Ukraine's air defense, according to NATO, and are crucial in fending off frequent Russian missile attacks. Russian military bloggers have already widely disseminated leaked documents, including estimating how many aircraft such as air defense systems and fighter jets were deployed by Ukraine. NATO's assessment says it can only withstand a few more waves of Russian missile strikes, while providing a map of where Ukraine's air defense systems are. John Herbst, Senior Director of Atlantic Council's Eurasian Center and former U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine, described information on Ukraine's air defense as the most unfortunate part of leaked documents. But he said none of the documents contained any critical information currently unknown to NATO allies and Russian intelligence. I don't think there is any doubt that some damage was done to Ukraine's war effort because of the leaks, he said. But was the damage so great? A February document estimates the number of tanks, infantry fighting vehicles and artillery units deployed by Ukraine. Moscow has remained unusually quiet about the leaks, although state news outlet TASS published details of the documents. Russian military bloggers appear skeptical, pointing out misspellings and errors in the material, with an account called The War Chronicle. Rybar, a blogger with over 1 million followers on Telegram, called it a controlled leak and a massive disinformation campaign to make Ukrainians look unprepared and ultimately encourage Russia to make mistakes. The documents contain not only information about Ukrainian forces, but also a detailed assessment of the Russian army, from tanks to artillery and aircraft. It's unclear how many documents are currently circulating on the internet, but at least 100 separate documents have surfaced online, according to various reports and analysts. The Pentagon declined to comment on extent of leak on Monday, revealing that Department of Defense is still investigating matter. The Department of Defense is working around clock to look at scope and scale of deployment, assessed impact, and our mitigation measures, Chris Marr, Department of Defense's Deputy Public Relations Officer, told reporters. We are still investigating how this happened and the extent of the problem. Steps have been taken to take a closer look at how and to whom such information is distributed. We are also still trying to assess what might be out there, he said. Security. Research group Bellingcat traced the documents back to leak in early March through a channel on Discord, website where users discuss topics, especially gaming. 10 of documents appeared in the first confirmed leak on a Discord channel about popular video game Minecraft, but Bellingcat said there could be leaks on a separate Discord server in early January. U.S. officials said on Monday the investigation was a top priority and urged caution when examining documents, noting that some documents have been altered. The Department of Defense did not determine how many were replaced. But a noteworthy document last week inflated number of Ukrainians killed in operations and drastically reduced the number of Russian casualties in war. Mikhailo Podolyak, an advisor to head of Ukrainian presidential office, described intelligence leaks as an attempt to divert attention and sow discord among Western allies. Also Monday, the Pentagon did not disclose whether more documents would appear online and how many Department of Defense officials had access to them. Officials say the leak prompted the ministry to take steps to review how and with whom some confidential information is shared.